You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Hi, this is Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. And today, my special guest is longtime Craig Proctor member, Shelly Salas from Fort Hood, Texas. Shelly, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Craig. How are you?
Shelly, I know you're doing great. Your production is awesome. Explain to everybody how you've had such massive success here with the Craig Proctor system and some of the awards. You've really been recognized as one of the top agents in the entire country. So congratulations. How did it all get started with the Craig Proctor program?
Well, we met about 7 years ago now, Craig. When we first met, my husband actually dragged me to California to one of your conferences. And
well, good for him.
Yeah, right. Best decision ever, besides beating me, of course.
Of course.
But we got there to your conference, Craig, and it was definitely a game changer, a life changer, not only for us personally in our family, but for everyone that we helped daily. To let you guys know, before I connected with Craig, I was nothing but an REO agent. I was a foreclosure expert. I worked with all the banks out there. I had the VA account, I had the HUD account, I had all the banks accounts. So I was really, really great at providing great service for the banks. But the problem with that, Craig, is that you're at the bank's mercy. You're working every day, long hours, and not getting paid appropriately. So that's where Lewis dragged me to your conference. And actually, while we were at the conference, I'm still on my computer working because I have tasks due.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that at our last conference. You had to make everything green on your screen, and
yes.
and the banks every once in a while would just change the process, right? They, we're not going to do it that way. You got to do it this way, and you had to do exactly what the bank wanted when the bank wanted it done, and so you were kind of like addicted to your laptop and making sure that all the items were green and not red. What did it mean if it was red? It meant that you were going to get in trouble? It was late?
The task is late, and I cannot stand having late tasks. So I wanted all my tasks to consistently stay in green. So I was always on the computer, making sure that the tasks were provided, turned in on time.
You know, it almost sounds like you were like my teenage son with video games, right? Like you were addicted to keeping all the buttons green. Okay, so that was your life, and you were doing well. But working for the banks, doing REOs it certainly had its advantages, but also disadvantages. Yes. So your husband drags you to a Craig Proctor conference, and what happened there? Tell us what kind of epiphany, I guess, you had when you came to that first conference.
So one of the reasons why we were at the conference was because we wanted to do something more, and we didn't know how to get started. I didn't know how to sit in front of a seller. I didn't know how to really sit in front of a buyer and provide value for them. So when we got to your conference, that's all you guys talk about on demonstrating your value, the systems that you have in place. So the moment we heard all that, that was our epiphany. We're like, oh my God, this is a no-brainer. We have to do this. And my husband and I, we looked at each other because you go to a separate room when you're thinking about joining the system, right? And we got there and we couldn't give our credit card fast enough to sign the documents.
Okay, so you make this transition from REO to retail, residential real estate. You get involved with the Craig Proctor system. Let's fast forward to what happened to your business last year.
Oh my goodness. So I am no longer attached to my computer, first of all. I get to enjoy family vacations. My husband and I love traveling. We helped 796 families last year get into or out of a home.
Okay, wait there. I want everyone you heard that right. 796 families helped last year. Yes. Which makes you one of the top realtors in the nation.
Yes, yes.
And in fact, you recently received a reward. You received some recognition, an award, and making you number one. Talk to us about that award and that was a nice, that was nice to be recognized because you've had such massive success. I mean, there's not too many realtors in the country that do 800 transactions in a year. In a career, maybe, not in a year.
Not in a year, yeah. No, so I was just recognized, my team and I were just recognized for being the #1 Hispanic real estate agent in the entire nation. And that's the first time, Craig, that a female's name has been at the #1 slot. So super proud moment for my team and I. You know, obviously I don't do this by myself. I have a phenomenal team behind me that helps me. And it was just an amazing feeling to see a woman's name at the #1 slot. It's never been
congratulations. I mean, these are great accomplishments. So you're helping almost 800 people last year. You're recognized as one of the top real estate agents in the country. You're the #1 Hispanic realtor in the country. First time a female has ever done that. So where do we go next with this? What are your goals for next year?
So for next year, my goal will be to help at a minimum 1,500 families. So we're adjusting to that right now. You know, this year the market has been completely different. So we had to do a lot of adjusting for today's crazy market. But we're consistently tweaking our processes and systems, Craig, to be able to achieve more and more. I think really, I just want to see how many families I can help. But now it's just me against the world, basically. You know, the sky's the limit, and you've opened.
I don't even know if it's you against the world anymore, Shelly. I think it's just you versus you, because you're kind of in that territory where there's nobody else to compete with. Now, our topic today is systems. I mean, this is really something you've excelled at. Your business is built on systems. I believe that this is what you were attracted to when we first met at that conference, is the fact that, hey, I can leverage myself and I can have these systems in place, and I can expand my business exponentially, which we see you've done with almost 800 transactions. And you'll definitely break over 1,000 here soon. We've got a lot of Craig Proctor members now. They're going to be breaking the 1,000 threshold over the next couple of years, and you're on the verge of that probably next year for sure. And the thing is not only helping more people and you're growing your teams, you're helping all these people on your team have better lives as well. You and your husband have more time off for your family, so it gets easier. And this is what a lot of realtors don't really get. You know, some realtors watching this right now might think, oh my God, 800 transactions, Shelly must have no life. But the truth is, you were working harder back in the day with the REO accounts when you were making a fraction of what you're making now. So with improvements in the systems, by implementing the systems and fine tuning them, not only doing way more production, but you've got a much better life.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's funny because that was my mindset at first when I was hearing speakers at the conference. I'm like, well, that's just them. They must have superpowers, you know, that's just them. And now here I am, because I've implemented the Craig Proctor system, and because you consistently tweak the system to grow with you, you actually have more freedom. It's crazy to think that you're helping more families, you're touching more folks, and you have more freedom. It's crazy how that works.
Okay, so let's get started here and explain how this works. Okay, so we've hit all the high points. You know who Shelly is. You know that she's in Fort Hood, Texas. And by the way, if you're a realtor in the Fort Hood area, you know who Shelly is already. And you might even be annoyed by her massive success. But look, it may be a good idea just to contact Shelly and partner up with her. Again, if you're in the Fort Hood, Texas area, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, Shelly and her husband have spent years in the Craig Proctor system. They've invested all the money and time to set the systems up. We strongly believe that if you're not going to go out and do this on your own, the next best thing is to just partner up with Shelly. If you're an outside sales agent, this is what your life would look like. Honestly, she wouldn't be giving you leads. She would be giving you actual listing appointments or buyer appointments, and she'd give you the killer presentations inside the Craig Proctor system, you would just show up and get the listing signed. That's what Shelly would want for you. Shelly would want you to make as much money as possible. She would do everything her that she possibly could to make sure you're going on as many appointments, and that you beat out other realtors when you go out on these listing appointments, when you're working with buyers. And you've got outside sales agents on your team right now, Shelly, that net over $200,000 a year.
Absolutely, Craig. With the systems that we have in place, it allows them to focus on what they're really good at and what they truly enjoy, which is sitting in front of clients. We book all the appointments for them. We handle all the marketing for them. So they're really just doing what they truly enjoy in this career, which is, again, just meeting new people, helping them get in or get out of a home. So I love the team that we have. The culture is phenomenal. So yes, if you're looking to just want to be in this career and be successful at this career and only focus on what you really enjoy, meeting people, definitely come to my team.
Okay, and if you're outside of the Fort Hood area, of course, you're going to contact me. If this makes sense, if what we're talking about here today resonates with you, you're going to contact me if you're outside of the Fort Hood, Texas area, and we're going to do a free consultation with you, if this makes sense to you. Okay, so let's talk about the systems. What were the first systems that you put together? Where do I start? Like, you've got all these systems in place. What would be system number one to focus on?
So when I first started, before my team was where it is, I had nothing but checklists in place, Craig. And what that is that it's time consuming for someone to sit down and say, okay, I need to write down everything, how to show a home, how to book an appointment, how to write an offer. Like, everything in our office is systemized now. But when you're first starting, you need to really just it's as easy as grabbing a pen and paper and sitting down and writing down every single little step that is involved in that particular aspect that you're working on, whether it's answering the phone, whatever, every single little step in the real estate office should have a system breakdown. So that's how No,
just to interrupt for 1 minute. These systems that you created in the beginning were for you, right?
Yes, they were for me.
Right. So that's if you're a solo agent, like these systems that Shelly's talking about, she didn't create them for the team at the time. She created them for her, and she perfected them by doing and perfecting these systems for herself. And then once she had this system, she had the epiphany. You know what? This system can be delegated.
Absolutely. And so as you grow, you're going to take that same system and evolve it. And like, now I'm not in actual production myself. So what I do is bring in my team members who are doing it daily, and we break it down. And we start going through the process of breaking down every single little aspect of working with a buyer, working with the seller, getting from the closing team from A to Z, just completely breaking it down. And once we're done, you're not really done. You have to now review that. And what I do, Craig, my motto is, if my teenager cannot run through the steps and completely understand it and get from A to Z, then we have a flaw in our system.
So the system's never done. That's a great point. You're always tweaking it, perfecting it. And basically the way it works at Shelly's office is everyone's going to do it this way until Shelly figures out a better way to do it. And as soon as Shelly figures out a better way to do it, everyone's going to do it the new way. And everyone's doing it that way. And that's how her clients have great predictable service. That's how, the same things are basically happening in the same order, performed by the same people over and over again, so the clients get the same results.
Yes.
Okay, so you started creating these systems basically for yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you get to the point where it's like, oh my God, this is working. I've kind of created a monster here. Your business grew beyond your efforts. You could not go out to all the appointments. And realtors that are struggling with lead generation and systems, they might think, well, that's a great problem to have. I would love to have that problem where I've got too many appointments, but still it is a problem because it limited your growth.
Yes.
So then you had to start creating systems for recruiting, hiring, and training as your business expanded beyond your ability as a solo agent to take care of all the appointments. So What did you learn when creating those systems? Like, how do you recruit the right people? What kind of onboarding happens? Because you put so much time into the realtors that you bring on board. And I want all the realtors in Fort Hood to hear this. When you join, when you partner up, it is a partnership, by the way. Mm-hmm. I don't want anyone, to think, I don't want to work for, no, this is how you're going to net more money in your pocket as an agent. Don't compete with Shelly. Partner up with Shelly. Let her leverage off of all her years and her experience. Let her generate the leads. Let her inside salespeople call all the leads, qualify the leads, and fill your day timer with listing appointments and buyer appointments. You will make more money. Now, Shelly's going to make money, but you're going to make more money. The way this is set up is everybody wins. Your other decision, if you're in Fort Hood, is, okay, you can go try to recreate what Shelly did. You got to start over again, right? Now, it's easier just to leverage off what Shelly's already created, obviously. So, she is so dedicated to this and she's really good at it. This is a part of the team. You want to be part of this team here, folks, because let's talk about the time that is spent. First of all, making sure you're bringing the right people on board. And the reason Shelly wants to bring the right people, she wants to have the right people on the bus, is because she spends an enormous amount of time training you. And she wouldn't want to spend all that time training and working with somebody that she knows isn't going to be a good fit. So talk about how you make that decision to hire the right people, that process, and once people get started, how you ensure that they're going to succeed with this awesome orientation.
Absolutely. So we hire based on values, Craig. We're big on delivering the second mile service to all of our clients. We're big servers of our community. So every partner of mine that joins the team must have that same heart and mindset. They must be wanting to give back to the community. The community is who makes us successful. So we have to give back to them. So you have to have that servant mentality. You obviously have to want to help people. So as long as you have those two minimal criteria, then you're a great candidate to be on my team. We do put you through an onboarding process. We will show you how to meet with the client, how to do a proper consultation with the client, how to write contracts, how to negotiate contracts. I mean, we cover everything. When our agents actually, for the first time, sit in front of a client, they're well versed in everything real estate. We have a lot of new folks that have never, ever been in real estate before. And they're some of the most successful team members that we have on our team because of our onboarding process. But once you finish our onboarding process, you're not done. You're not in it alone. We have mentors. We have a mentorship program. So we're all in this together. My motto, Craig, is that we're only as strong as our weakest link. So we want to make sure that all of our team members are strong because we rely on our team members when we go on vacation to service our clients.
Yeah, and you're meeting with your team members on a regular basis. It's not like we come in and we onboard you and give you an orientation. Like you're investing a lot of time every single week, meeting and answering questions and demonstrating the systems. I mean, with my team, Shelly, I met with my team every Monday. Like for over 20 years, I met with them every Monday. And I took a different aspect of the Craig Proctor system. And every Monday I would teach them a different aspect. Like, we might go over skills for the listing presentation, or it might be the buyer presentation next week. It might be scripts and dialogues, but every week my training would involve teaching them a different aspect. And some of this they'd heard over and over again, right? But I really found with my people, I had to be talking about the same system over and over again to make sure that everybody got it and to make sure everybody adhered to the system. Because just because people hear something doesn't mean they're doing it, right? So, so that kind of consistent training helped me become the top RE/MAX agent in the world within 3 years of having my real estate license. Okay, so the people systems are key. Let's talk about what happens when the leads come into your office. So you're not giving the leads to the outside sales agents, and here's why. I discovered this many years ago. At first, I did do that. I made that mistake. Shelly, you probably made that mistake, right? In the beginning, we give the leads to the outside sales agents, and we realized very quickly the outside sales agents don't want the leads. I had this one lady that worked for me. She was excellent. Her name was Lindy. If I gave Lindy 10 new leads, she was so good on the phone, she would call 2 or 3 of them, boom, get a listing appointment. She'd run out the door and the other 7 leads would never get called. So I realized that outside sales agents, they don't want leads, they want appointments. So I invented the inside sales position. And back in the day, I called them, what did I call them? I called them follow-up coordinators was my name. That's what, that was, before we called them inside sales agents, I called that position follow-up coordinators. And I had 1 follow-up coordinator or inside sales agent, and then we had 2, and then we had 3. So the leads go to the inside sales agents, and explain the process. Once those leads go to the inside sales agent, what happens to the leads, and then how do the best ones get to the OSAs?
So our inside sales team, they're the ones who, yes, are they're the ones who are booking all the appointments. They're the ones talking to all the leads. There's a lot of rejection calls that they have to handle, right? But they're really, really great at it. They love it. These are licensed folks in my office. They're all licensed real estate agents who have chosen to just sit behind a computer and book appointments for our outside sales agents. So as they're taking those prospecting calls, as they're making the prospecting calls, they're booking the appointments. The appointments that they're booking, Craig, are those folks who have raised their hand, who said they're ready to go. They're ready to buy or sell a home, have started looking into the process. So those are the appointments that are being booked for our outside sales agents.
Okay, do you hear that? Fort Hood Realtors. You see, if you join Shellys Team, you're getting ready to act buyers and sellers. The inside sales agents are calling all of the leads that come in, and Shelly is a master lead generator. I don't need to tell you that. If you live in the Fort Hood area, you know that. She has created omnipresence. Omnipresence is, you can't forget about Shelly Salas. Wherever you go, Shelly's there. If you trip into the Shelly Salas marketing net, you are going to see Shelly everywhere. You're going to be retargeted. You're going to be remarketed. You go to your mailbox, she's going to be there. You drive down the road, you're going to see her. Okay, if you turn on the radio, you're going to hear about Shelly. She is everywhere. You don't have to recreate this. The leads come into Shelly more than she could possibly handle. The leads now go to the inside sales agent. The inside sales agents qualify them. If you're an outside sales agent in Shelly's team, you're only getting appointments for those who have been qualified and ready to act now. Okay, not somebody that's 2 or 3 months down the road, not somebody that's not sure whether they want to buy or sell, but these prospects are qualified. Only the now business is booked, and as an outside sales agent, you go out and you don't have to go wing it. Shelly's going to give you the presentation, not just give it to you. She's going to train you word for word on the best practice. How many of you watching this believe there's probably a best practice, right? When it comes to meeting with the seller, there's probably a best practice, right? If you're getting an airplane, you hope that the pilot has a flight plan, right? The pilot isn't making it up. If you're having surgery, you hope that the surgeon probably has like a plan. They're not winging it. So the presentation is not a wing it presentation. It's a system. Everything that Shelly does, from how she markets, it's a system. How the leads are followed up, it's a system. The presentation is a system. What happens after the seller lists the home with the Shelly Salas team? It's a system. It's not random. That's why it doesn't matter whether Shelly lists, whether it's listing number 1 of the year or listing number 500, all the sellers, it's the same process. The same things are going to happen, same things in the same order, done by the same people. And that's how we get consistent, awesome service. How many 5-star reviews have you got right now?
Oh my God, over 1,000.
Over 1,000. Do you know any realtors that have more than 1,000? That's on Zillow, right?
Everywhere. We're on Google, Yelp, Facebook. Our reviews are everywhere. Our clients just simply, they're our raving fans. They love us because we do provide that consistency in the process, because we do deliver on that second mile service. They're great. They're great advocates for our team. So I'm really, really happy that they're always going out there and posting our reviews. So they're everywhere. Zillow, Google, Facebook. Just look at our
just Google Shelly Salas. Just Google her, Fort Hood, Texas. Okay, enter it into Google. You'll see she's the real deal. Now, when you're watching these the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show or podcast, you might think, oh, well, Craig's going to have Shelly come on and Shelly's going to promote Craig. You'll see most of our interview is me promoting Shelly. Okay, and which is indirectly a great way to promote me, is I want to promote the success that the Craig Proctor superstars are having. Now, Shelly, you've recently opened your own Craig Proctor brokerage, your home sold guaranteed realty. What motivated you to do that?
Well, it was a no-brainer. Again, there's been two no-brainer moments, right? When we met you at the conference and when you started your home sold guaranteed realty. I've trusted your guidance, Craig, throughout my career, and it's paid off, right? So when this started, having our USP, which we've used consistently, your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it, we've always been independent and we never wanted to go anywhere else. But once you opened up your home sold guaranteed realty, it was let me jump on. We couldn't jump on fast enough because, again, Craig Proctor platform has definitely changed our business and made us successful. So we just wanted to join to continue using our USP that has made us successful.
And we're just beginning on this journey, Shelly. It's been a great journey. I'm so glad that we got to meet each other and you've had such awesome success. Now, you have been kind enough to create a little handout for everybody. We've got a bonus gift. I'm going to have Faith pop this up, and we're going to quickly go through what Shelly Salas prepared for us. And if you'd like to receive this and you wait till the end of our interview, we'll have a link in the comments below where you're going to be able to download this very presentation that we're looking at right now. And again, if you're in Fort Hood, Texas, you know who Shelly Salas is. Pick up the phone and call her. You might be scratching your head wondering, how the heck does she do this? Just all good things start with a phone call. Mm-hmm. Okay, they start with communication. Now, if you're outside of the Fort Hood area and what I'm saying makes sense, if what we're talking about here resonates, if you know who I am, you understand how many millionaire real estate agents I've created over the years, then you can book a free call with me and my team at proctorcall.com. We'll put that in the comments below. There'll be a link so you can set up a free breakthrough call with me and my team where we'll talk about how the system can work for you. We'll get to know you better, find out where you are, where you want to go, and free of charge. It's not a big sales pitch. We'll just tell you, hey, here's what we would do if we were you. Do you want to do it on your own, or would it be easier if we helped you? And Shelly said, it'd be easier if I just got Craig to help me do this. 800 transactions last year, folks. #1 Hispanic realtor in the United States, first female to ever do it. So let's go through these slides. Shelly, give us the quick version of this, and then of course everyone will have the opportunity to download this.
So in the slides, what I did was just provided a starting point on how I started creating my systems and why it's important to have these systems. If you're planning to scale up, guys, if you're planning to take your business to the next level, you have to be able to do this. You have to take time aside to sit down and just really itemize every step, every process. And if you're already on a team and you have a semi-system in place, as you grow, your system has to evolve with you and grow with you. So you constantly have to work on your processes. I look at our process at least once a year at a minimum. As we grow and scale up, we have that initial system that we had in place no longer works because we're growing, we're serving more people. So you have to have your system evolve with you. And that includes selecting a platform. We started off with Commissions Inc., but now we've outgrown that system. So we're moving on to a different platform. So see, as you grow, you have to be able to change your systems as well and your processes as well to help you reach whatever growth you want to be in, right? And like you said, Craig, earlier, I am playing against myself. There's no one I'm competing with any longer. I'm just competing against myself and trying to see how far we can grow.
Hey, Shelly, do some of your friends or relatives ever say to you, like, Shelly, what drives you? Like you're already really successful. You've already made all this money. You don't need to work this hard. The truth is you're really not working that hard anymore. You've got the systems up and going. And you just absolutely love this. And this is what people that don't understand, people that don't love what they do don't understand this. Yeah. You are competing against yourself.
Absolutely.
The game that you play every day is I love what I do. I want to help people. I want to grow my team and help more people on my team. And how high is high? You know, and I get to watch this from the sidelines, right? I get to watch Shelly every week, every month progress. And all the Craig Proctor members that are at Shelly's level, talk about the people that you meet inside Craig Proctor world, because I know you've become great friends with them, and they've been a big part of your success as well as just the people you get to hang out with inside the Craig Proctor system.
Oh yes, and you know, I've made phenomenal friends, lifelong friends now. You know, I'm really good friends with Tracy King, Sarah Reynolds, Jim Buttrell. I mean, just to name a few. They're phenomenal folks that I have made because of the Craig Proctor system. And what this allows is that now you have friends who not only do you attach to them on a personal level, right? Because we're all like-minded individuals who love to serve others. But you get to talk to them about your problems that you're having in your business, and no one else understands your problems more than Craig Proctor members. So it's been an amazing thing to be able to have found Craig Proctor system many years ago, and to now it has evolved into more than just a system itself. The relationships that I have built are priceless. And back to what you were saying, Craig, this is not about the money any longer. Like, this is not about that. This is my passion, is to come in and just see how many folks I can have a positive impact. You know, I have the ability to retire, and I could have retired many years ago, but and have a nice life, right? But I don't want to. I want to keep doing this until I no longer enjoy it. And right now, I'm so passionate about helping others, team members. I love watching them, just like you like watching us grow. I love watching my team grow, seeing them take their career to the next level. These are folks who wanted to give up in real estate and now have reinvented their passion, right? And together we're just enjoying our careers, and that's what it's all about. It's just being passionate about what you do. In the Craig Proctor system, you get to open your mind, and you think that you couldn't achieve certain things, but surrounding yourself with folks who are already doing it and are sharing with you how they were able to do it, now click something in your mind to allow you to do the same thing.
It really is a big part of it, right? So like when you started with me, you probably, you know, you meet all these Craig Proctor, these top level Craig Proctor members that are, you know, doing 3 or 4 or 500 transactions or more. And in the beginning, you're thinking, oh my God, that's something they could do and I could never do it. But as you started to become friends with them and, you know, kind of hang out, go to lunch and dinner and, you know, maybe go to the bar and have a drink or two, you start to realize these people are no different than me. And as they become friends with you and you're you know, sharing like your wins and your challenges, you quickly realize that you are absolutely no different, and you can do everything that they're doing. And now you're that mentor. Now other Craig Proctor members, it's funny how that works, right? They look at you now, and do you want to know what they say, Shelly? Oh my God, Shelly Salas, like that's unbelievable. I could never do what Shelly's doing. And you're always such a great ambassador of the Craig Proctor system, because you're always saying, yes, you can. Yeah. Yes, you can. And don't get overwhelmed, folks, with this. Shelly didn't start by doing 800 transactions. In fact, honestly, Shelly didn't even think 800 transactions was a possibility. It's not like she said, oh, I'm going to do 800 transactions. It happened. Now, I can tell you one thing. Shelly is no longer satisfied with 800 transactions. She's been there. She's checked out that box. And, you know, next year will be a bigger goal. And yes, she is competing against herself. You know, I play hockey a couple times a week, and some of the guys I play with, they just don't seem to understand why somebody would work when they don't have to work. They, you know, some people see work as something that you have to do. It's something that you don't enjoy. It's something, you know, you just go to do because, you know, that pays the bills. But real estate done properly can be so much more than that. This is about lifestyle. It's about accomplishments. truly about playing a game that's worth playing. Shelly gets up every day and she plays the game. She competes against herself. And she's just done such a wonderful job as an ambassador of the Craig Proctor system. Shelly, I was proud of you when you were on stage last week. You did a great job. You look like you're a real pro there, like, Tony Robbins, you better watch out because you did such a great job. But, I think what happens too, as I've watched you grow as a person, right? Not just as a business person, but as a person, like what happens is you start to have more confidence. It's really interesting to see people grow both in their business, but personally as well. So that's what we want for everybody watching this right now. I mean, you're watching this for a reason. And hopefully Shelly's motivated you today. Hopefully you've listened to you've watched Shelly here today and you're empowered by her story, because you can do what Shelly has done, okay? No matter what marketplace you're in. The point I want to make is if you are in Fort Hood, Texas, the easiest step for you to take is not to recreate the wheel. It's not to say, oh, I got to go do it. You don't need to recreate the wheel. All you need to do is contact Shelly. Shelly, what would be the best way to do that? If I'm a realtor in Fort Hood, maybe I'm watching you from the sidelines. I'm like, oh my God, like, Shelly never fails to impress. It's like every year it's bigger. I don't need to compete with Shelly. I can join forces. What would be the best way for just a conversation to happen, right? Would everyone agree? There's no downside to a conversation. You could speak with Shelly. You could say, you know what? I don't think it's a good fit. And you could stay exactly where you are as a realtor. Nothing would change. But what if you just set whatever aside and you picked up the phone or you contact Shelly and you have a conversation? You know what? I really, I can see how this would benefit me, how this would be a good fit. What would be the best way for realtors to reach you, Shelly?
So you can call me direct at 254-616-0356. That's 254-616-0356. Or you can email me at Shelly, SHELLY, at thesalesteam.com. So you can reach me on either platform, guys. You can also private message me through Facebook if you would like. I promise you it'll be a confidential interview.
Yeah, be confidential. No one's going to know about it except for you and Shelly. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't write down her contact information, here's a real easy way to find Shelly. Go to Google, type in Shelly Salas, Fort Hood, Texas, and boom, you're going to see all these amazing 5-star reviews. You should follow Shelly on social media. Mm-hmm. Okay, success leaves clues. Start to follow her. Be a little bit of an internet creeper, like follow her and you'll see exactly what she's doing. And here's the conclusion you're going to come to is, wow, this is powerful stuff. If you're serious about being successful as a realtor, and I don't just mean selling more houses, I mean actually having both more income, but also more time and ultimately more freedom in your life, get involved with us. If you're not in the Fort Hood, Texas area, and you want to start your own Shelly Salas success story in your marketplace, just book a free call with me. It's not going to be a big sales pitch. You don't want to work with me. I'm good. I'm going to survive. I've been doing this a long time. But what if we had a conversation and this made sense to you, right? Would it be easier for you to reach this level of success with my help, or would it be easier to try to figure it out on your own? Okay, so if you want to set up a time with me, all you have to do is go to proctorcall.com. So my name, like behind me here, proctorcall.com. You'll go to an acuity day timer, book a day and time. We'll ask you a few questions, and then we'll just have a nice conversation about where you are now and where it is you want to go. And if at the end of our conversation it makes sense, you'd like to work with me longer term, we can do that. I'd love to work with you. If not, you just stay where you are right now, or take whatever you learned from our conversation and implement it in your business. So if you want to get the presentation, which we didn't have much time to go through, but you can download it here. Shelly has been kind enough to create a bonus download presentation on systems, on how to get started. and we'll have that download in the link in the comments below. Okay, so book a call with me, call Shelly. If you're in Fort Hood, you call Shelly. Even if you're not going to join up with her, just call her anyway. It'll be, even if you're like, I'm just going to call her and pick her brain, go ahead, because here's what I bet will happen. You're calling Shelly to pick her brain. She's going to pick your brain, and you're going to realize, you know what? There's a reason why Shelly is so successful. Okay, so don't be shy about this. Pick up the phone. That's where all things start. All good things start with communication. Okay, Shelly, I want to thank you so much for doing this today. I'm going to get you back on here because I want to see what's going to happen here next year.
Okay.
I can't wait until we can say the 1,000 threshold. We've surpassed 1,000 transactions. I know what's going to happen. I know we're going to get to 1,500 transactions. I know you're going to watch this interview one day. You say, oh, do you remember when I was only doing 800 transactions a year? So Shelly, thank you so much for being an awesome Craig Proctor System member and for doing our interview here today. And I want to thank everybody for watching the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.